It's 2 o'clock in the morning. The house is dead quiet, and then you hear it. That dry, hacking, honking sound. Over and over. You go in and your dog is straining, gagging, staring at you with wide, frightened eyes. And you feel helplessness. The vet's office is closed. The pharmacy is closed. And you are standing in the dark, listening to your best friend struggle for a comfortable breath. What if everything you need is already in your kitchen? Hi everyone, I am Dr. Matthew Brooks, your neighborhood veterinarian. Every week, I see dogs coughing themselves exhausted in my clinic, and every week I watch pet parents spend hundreds of dollars on things that a teaspoon could have started fixing the night before. Today, we're doing a complete masterclass on the natural kitchen protocol that can begin calming your dog's cough within 24 hours. Before we open the pantry, we need to understand what is happening inside that throat. The most common cause of that sudden honking cough is kennel cough, medically known as canine infectious tracheobronchitis. It's extraordinarily contagious. Your dog could have picked it up at the dog park, at the grooming salon, or from a nose-to-nose greeting on the sidewalk with a dog whose owner had no idea their pet was already sick. The organisms responsible, including the bacterium Bordetella bronchoseptica and viruses like canine parainfluenza, travel through the air every time an infected dog coughs or barks near another. Now imagine your dog's trachea. The lining of that pipe is inflamed, raw, and swollen. Every breath of dry air hits it like sandpaper on a sunburn. And because irritation triggers a cough, and every cough creates more irritation, your dog is caught in a cycle their body cannot break alone. Every kitchen remedy we're about to discuss targets that cycle directly. Step 1 is raw honey. And before you dismiss it as folk wisdom, let me give you the biology. Raw honey contains over 200 bioactive compounds, including hydrogen peroxide, a natural antiseptic, and powerful antibacterial enzymes the bees themselves embed during production. When your dog swallows honey, it coats the back of the throat and upper airway in a slow golden layer, a physical barrier between that raw, inflamed tissue and every breath of air hitting it. That barrier dramatically reduces the signal firing the cough reflex. If you can find Manuka honey, even better. Manuka comes from New Zealand, where bees pollinate the Manuka bush. It contains a unique compound called methylglyoxal that gives it antibacterial and antiviral power far beyond standard honey, and, in direct comparisons, it has outperformed pharmaceutical cough-suppressing drugs. For a small dog under 20 pounds, give half a teaspoon. A medium dog gets 1 full teaspoon. A large dog gets up to 1.5 teaspoons. Offer it up to 4 times throughout the day, on a spoon, let them lick it clean. Please hear this vet warning. Do not give honey to puppies under 12 months old. There is a risk of botulism from naturally occurring spores that a young dog's system cannot neutralize. And if your dog has diabetes, call your vet first. Our second weapon is coconut oil. Organic, virgin, unrefined coconut oil is rich in medium-chain fatty acids, particularly lauric acid, which has documented antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. It literally disrupts the outer membranes of bacteria and viruses. When your dog eats coconut oil during a respiratory illness, those compounds enter the bloodstream and support the immune system's fight against whatever is driving the cough. The dose is 1 teaspoon per 10 pounds of body weight per day, divided across meals. But here's the vet warning that will save your night. Do not start with the full dose. Start with just 1/4 teaspoon, regardless of size. Coconut oil introduced too quickly causes loose stools, and that is not what you need at midnight on top of everything else. Here is the combination that truly changes things. Mix 1 teaspoon of raw honey with 1 teaspoon of coconut oil and offer it on a spoon. The honey coats the airway. The coconut oil arms the immune response. Together, they attack the cough from two directions at once. Now we move to the remedy most pet parents have never heard of, the one holistic veterinarians reach for before almost anything else. Slippery elm bark. The inner bark of the slippery elm tree, native to eastern North America, has been used for centuries. Native American peoples prepared it for sore throats, coughs, and respiratory inflammation long before pharmaceutical suppressants existed. Today, the FDA has recognized slippery elm as a safe, effective demulcent, an agent that soothes and protects inflamed mucous membranes. When you mix the bark powder with warm water, it forms a thick gel called mucilage. When your dog swallows it, that gel coats the entire surface of the throat and respiratory tract from the inside, a deep, protective lining that absorbs the friction triggering the cough, pulls heat out of the tissue, and allows the airway to begin healing. Integrative veterinarian Dr. Carol Osborne of Chagrin Falls, Ohio, specifically recommends it for dogs with kennel cough, bronchitis, and collapsed trachea. Mix 1/4 teaspoon per 10 pounds of body weight into just enough warm water to form a thin liquid, and give it 2 to 3 times daily. Because slippery elm coats the gut, always give it at least 2 hours away from any medications. Now, the simplest remedy of all. No measuring, no mixing, nothing from the store. Steam. When a dog is coughing, their airway is inflamed and desperately dry. Warm, moist air hydrates that parched tissue, reduces swelling, and loosens mucus so the body can clear it naturally. Run your shower as hot as it goes, close the bathroom door, and sit on the floor with your dog, not in the shower, just in the steam-filled room, for 10 to 15 minutes. Repeat 2 to 3 times a day, especially once before bed. Run a humidifier overnight in their sleeping space. One vet warning: if you have a bulldog, pug, French bulldog, or Shih Tzu, skip the steam entirely. Brachycephalic breeds already have compromised airways, and steam can worsen their breathing. For those dogs, honey and slippery elm are your safest choices. One more kitchen ingredient deserves its spotlight. Turmeric, combined with black pepper and coconut oil, creates one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory protocols nature has produced. The active compound is curcumin, which directly reduces the cellular inflammation inside the tracheal lining that keeps the cough cycle running. It is not masking the symptom, it is attacking the underlying fire. But curcumin is poorly absorbed on its own. Black pepper contains piperine, which increases curcumin's absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of the turmeric passes straight through unused. Mix 1/4 teaspoon of organic ground turmeric with half a teaspoon of coconut oil and the tiniest pinch of black pepper, then stir it into their food once daily. One absolute must: only use pure, plain, organic turmeric powder. Never curry powder or any blended spice mix. Many contain garlic and onion powder, which are seriously toxic to dogs. As your veterinarian, I have to give you the complete truth, not just the hopeful part. These remedies are powerful for mild to moderate respiratory coughs. But certain warning signs mean you stop everything and go straight to an emergency vet. If your dog's gums turn blue, lavender, or pale white, that is oxygen deprivation and a life-threatening emergency. Go right now. If your dog is coughing up blood, breathing with their mouth open, neck extended, elbows pushed outward, that is respiratory distress, and every second counts. If the cough has lasted more than 7 days without improving, or your dog has stopped eating, become lethargic, or developed a fever, kennel cough may have progressed into bacterial pneumonia, which requires professional antibiotics and possibly oxygen therapy. These kitchen remedies are your first line of support, not a substitute for a veterinarian when the situation is serious. Your instincts matter. If something feels deeply wrong, trust them. Here is your complete daily protocol. In the morning, mix the golden paste, turmeric, coconut oil and a pinch of black pepper into their breakfast and follow it with a teaspoon of honey on a spoon. Then spend 10 minutes in the steam together. At midday, another teaspoon of honey and coconut oil stirred into lunch. In the evening, give the slippery elm in warm water, 2 hours clear of any medications, and a final honey dose at bedtime. Run the humidifier overnight. And during recovery, swap the collar for a harness on every walk. A collar pressing on an already inflamed trachea is like poking a bruise. The harness removes that pressure entirely. My golden rule: do not introduce all of these on the same day. Start with honey and steam. Add slippery elm next. Then the golden paste. Let each remedy work before layering the next. There is no sound worse than listening to your dog cough through the night, feeling like all you can do is watch. But now you know something different. Now you know that your kitchen is a pharmacy, and it has been waiting for you all along. Raw honey, laying down its golden coat on that raw and aching throat. Coconut oil, activating the immune system from the inside out. Slippery elm, wrapping the airway in centuries of healing wisdom. Steam, turning every breath from sandpaper to silk. And turmeric, putting out the fire in the tissue itself. Your dog can't tell you they're hurting, but they wake up every morning trusting that you will figure it out. Tonight, you did. And that matters more than any remedy in this video. If this masterclass helped your dog, subscribe to the channel and like the video. There's a lot more coming. I'm Dr. Matthew Brooks. Give your sweet dog a gentle, healing scratch behind the ears tonight. You've got this.